Well, welcome to Barkhausen Nature Bites. Today we're talking about this particular critter, which is just starting to come out of hibernation right now in northeast Wisconsin, and that's the wood frog. And before I talk about the frog in my hand, in the background you might be hearing a bunch of odd sounding noises, kind of like quacking ducks, and that's actually a wood frog call. So they do sound like quacking ducks. And full disclaimer, I have a recording of a wood frog call playing right by the camera here, but behind me you might hear a few wood frogs calling in response, and it's just starting to call pretty good this afternoon. And they do sound like quacking ducks. So it's very common for people to be walking around, especially in flooded, wooded areas, swamp areas, to hear what they think. There's some calling right there. They hear what they think is a bunch of ducks and they're looking for them. They can't quite find them. Well, that's because they're actually wood frogs. And again, there's a couple calling behind me right now. Now the wood frog is going to have like a reddish brown coloring on its back, kind of a light gray, almost white kind of belly, but a black eye mask, very distinctive. And I'd say this one's about average size. Now they really do like these types of wetlands behind me. They're one of the first frogs come out of hibernation to breed, and they're looking for wetlands like this that are temporary, ephemeral, ones that are going to dry up later this summer. The reason they like those is that when they put their eggs in those wetlands and eggs hatch into tadpoles, there's not as many predators to predate on those tadpoles when they get older. So think about like a lake or a pond and all the fish in those. Well, these types of wetlands don't have those fish and those types of predators, so tadpoles do much better. So you're probably thinking to yourself, well, what about if those wetlands dry up too quick? What about the tadpoles? Well, those tadpoles are well adapted, so should that pond dry up a little bit too quick, they can develop quicker to get out of that wetland to go to another one. So a really cool adaptation. The other cool thing about these amphibians is that when they hibernate, they're going to hibernate just beneath the leaves and the sticks right in the forest floor, and they're almost going to freeze up entirely. They have something special in their blood. It's kind of like an antifreeze called glycerol, and it really prevents cell damage. So they're one of the few amphibians to do so. So next time you're hiking out about, even around your own house or anywhere in northeast Wisconsin, be listening for these wood frogs, sound like quacking ducks. We hope to enjoy this episode of Barkhausen Nature Bites.